YouTube, it's a buffalo perch killer. I'm here at Captain Bob's out in Clarence, Main Street in Clarence. That's Hawk, the owner of Captain Bob's outdoor store, and he's going to demonstrate how to put braid line on a bait caster, and he's going to explain to us why we need the backing.
Alrighty, we put some monofilament backer on, well, any reel, whether it's spinning or bait casting, because the braid is so slick, it'll slide around the spool. So you're trying to crank, you think your drag's messed up, and what's happening is the spool is spinning underneath that line. So you need a line on there first that'll grab, and monofilament will grab the spool much better than that. So then what we're going to do, we got that backer on there, we're going to combine the two lines with a double uni knot.
That's a tricky knot.
Yeah, if you just use a regular blood knot or two tri-lead knots inside of each other, and you crank it down, at some point that braid may cut right through the mono, so you got to be careful of that. Even though you're probably not going to get down that low to the knot. But what I'm going to do is take two pieces here, and you're actually making two separate knots and then sliding them together. So I take the one end and make a loop, and then we're going to wrap this around both pieces of the line, the braid and the mono, 4 times. 3. And then I'm going to pull that one snug. So we got one knot here. Now I'm going to take the braid end and make a loop on this side around both the braid and the mono.
And you make that look so easy.
Well, we get to do a lot of them now. People getting lead core rigs and even center pin, you know, going for
right.
We're going to slide that one, and then I'm going to take the 2 knots and slide them together. And now we've got 2 knots slid together, and we've got a double uni knot. We're going to trim that up. Hopefully I can see that. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some 30-pound Power Pro we're going to put on Charles's bait casting combo here.
That's the one we're going to win that tournament with right there, buddy.
Okay, I'm going to back this up a little bit so it lines up with Charles's reel. This line machine's probably 30 years old. She's still going. I'm going to use her until I push the pedal and it stops.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Tighten her up a little bit.
How much you going to put on there?
Bring up to about 1/8 of an inch from the top, so she'll be taking probably 150 yards.
Yeah. And me and Charles are beginners with baitcaster, so is it true that it's better, well, easier with the braid than a mono as far as casting, or it's smoother or something like that?
Well, the sensitivity on braid is unbelievable. There's virtually no stretch.
Right.
So when you set the hook, you can have a lighter action rod.
Right.
Because the only thing that's going to forgive is the bend of the rod with braid. There is no stretch.
Right.
So the sensitivity is unbelievable. You can feel it right through. Right, you feel everything.
YouTube. That is Hawk from Captain Bob's Outdoor Store. This is the store I always talk about in my videos. Hawk, you tell them, where are you located, Hawk?
We are in Clarence, New York, Main Street, 10295, right near the corner of Main and Schisler. And we're next to Don George Sports Center.
Oh yeah, they should be able to find that really easy. Very easy to get to.
You'll see 4-wheelers and motorcycles out front of Don George's, and we're immediately to the right.
Yeah.
You'll also see our big red van out there.
All I know is this story's got me addicted. And there we go.
Well, one thing we do know, if you can get kids addicted to fishing, they won't have money for drugs.
You got that right, brother, and I preach that all the time, man. If we can get them off them video games and get a pole in their hand and get them outdoors.
Okay, one key thing when you're doing a baitcaster, if you haven't used one before, the most important piece on this baitcasting reel is the cast control. And that's this knob right here. So you're going to have your lure, let's say you have your goby tube tomorrow,
right,
and your tournament hanging from the end of the rod. Put it in free spool, and with this cast control, you want to start it tight and have that jig hanging from the end, and then start backing it off until the jig just starts to fall slowly.
Right.
Now your jig the weight of the jig is approximately equal to the tension on the spool,
Right.
doesn't mean you're not going to get any backlashes. You can still get backlashes.
Okay.
There's no such thing as backlash proof.
Right.
You know, guys watch on TV and like, man, that
How
looks
easy they did it, yeah.
And then they take their first cast and they spend $15 on braid and
Yeah.
so the best thing is make sure you're releasing your cast before 12 o'clock so that the lure is going up into the air a little bit instead of straight down. If you whip it down into the water,
that's when that backlash is quicker.
The spool does not know that your bait just hit the water.
Yeah.
It's going to continue to spin, and if you don't put your thumb there, so I still keep my thumb right there, so I can just touch
as
the
you
spool.
spooling and casting.
When I'm casting, yeah. Okay. And that's got 30-pound Power Pro, which is 8-pound diameter, so it's very, very thin, extremely strong. It's amazing what you can tow with these and yank and pull out and break branches off.
Okay.
But you're going to love the sensitivity on that.
All right. Well, thank you, Hawk, for the demonstration.
Anytime.
You guys like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Please come out and visit Hawk out here at the outdoor store. You will be amazed, because I am. It's my partner, Charles. He just got his new pole and his new reel.
What's up, YouTube?
YouTube. All right, we're going to get ready to do our fishing around. YouTube, we are out of here. Perch Killer out.